This time from the Transformers Generations Fall of Cybertron second wave of figures that comprises of all the Combaticons to form Bruticus. We're looking at Swindle. Swindle is one of the only two original G1 figures that I owned, and he was a Jeep back then, I believe, based on the Chrysler or somebody's prototype vehicle, which looks nothing like this, and is, you know, this is actually one of the problems that I thought I would have with this set. Of course, I did not get the wonderfully colored, game-accurate San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set, which came all together in one box. And I would have loved to have gotten that, but it was a little bit too much money on eBay and elsewhere. So I decided to just get the retail versions. And, you know, while they are kind of garishly colored, they're not as bad as I thought. I mean, I would have liked a duller yellow than this, but it's not too bad. The alt mode vehicle is, you know, it's alright. I'm not too fond of any of the Cybertronian vehicles. You know, all the designs for the characters in robot mode are really good. He does come with this weapon, much like the classic Swindle or vintage Swindle had a gun that would fit on the back of him. Okay, so, you know, that being said, let's transform him into the robot mode. We're going to just basically pull him apart very gently, trying not to break the tabs in here that you can see lock him into position. For some reason, this tab is easier to get out than this one, and there we go. So we're going to move this forward and out of the way. We're going to pull his arms off. They tab in down here, and we're going to pull his legs down and apart. We'll flip out his little feet there. We'll swing him around this way. Get the shoulder pieces into place like that. Flip his head forward and bring him. These parts will tab into these holes down here, locking him into place. And there he is. Now you can position these pretty much any way you want to. It does look pretty good from the front, and he's really the beefiest out of all the robots. One little thing, you can position these back like so. He's got a very nice head, I think. It is a little bit limited in articulation, basically just side to side, but you can get it going looking up and down. His shoulders are kind of floppy out here, but he does rotate, and there's a little bit of a ball joint there, so you can get him swinging out to the side a little bit. He's got ball jointed elbows, so nice articulation there. He does have a waist swivel. Legs go forward, back, out to the side, bend at the knee, and I guess you can consider this articulation. Swindle here, he is an opportunist and capitalist in the biggest sense of the word, and he would sell out his own kind if it meant profit. His motto is basically make deals, not war. And in the video game, he's voiced by Steve Blum, who some of you might recognize as the voice of Wolverine in several animated series and features. Let's see what else. In the original, he was voiced by Johnny Hayner. Really have no clue what he is, who he is. I do really like the robot. Again, nice details in this mode. You can see, look at the arm in there. I don't know if you can, that's coming through right there. Nice details there. A little bit of paint would have brought that out. And again, nice details in the face. Again, maybe just a little bit of silver in there might have accented the details just a little bit better. You know, I hate to sound like a broken record, but nice details in the molding. The unfortunate part is, although he looks beefy from the front, you turn him around to the back, he's very, very sparse. And that's a problem with a lot of these guys, and I understand that it must be to save on plastic cost for these guys, since they are going to be joining to form Bruticus. They do want to keep them light. Okay? That's really the only drawback. That and the shoulders here that are, you know, kind of, you know, just out there. They really don't click into place. I would have liked it to be a little bit more solid here. But I guess you do get a little bit of odd articulation from that. So, anyway, to get him into his limb mode, we're only going to concentrate on his foot stance. You just transform him basically right back into car mode. And we'll untap him up here. One thing I noticed is that the head here does give you a little bit of clearance problem when you're transforming him back into vehicle mode. So I just want to be careful with that. We'll flip the feet out, and you notice how there's two tabs here. Well, we're not going to put it in the first tab, which is for vehicle mode. We're going to put it in the second tab, which is for the leg or limb mode. At the same time, we're going to flip this part forward so we can expose the connection port. And we'll just set that in there. There we go. And voila, you have the right leg of Bruticus. And we'll be back with the left arm, which will be Vortex.